Well.
All right, one sec. I pull out my pistol brace. I aim it in a somewhat safe direction, and I try and fire it off.
Like where? Specifically, like down the stairwell, or just fire it off?
Yep.
Make sure.
No, you know what? Towards the force field thing.
Oh, that leads back out to the
yeah.
light? Okay. There is a loud reverberating bang as the bullet bounces off the force field. Give me a dex save.
Jesus, Winston.
Shit.
How many bullets do you have?
Oh, fail by 1.
Okay, so the bullet bounces off and clips you in the shoulder as it comes running back and ricocheting around the wall.
And this is
That's how we lost our 7th
this is
member.
like muskets and pistols, so the room is now filled with smoke.
I'm gonna turn into a hawk.
Yeah, you
He's
take
right
2
here.
damage.
Okay. Did I take that off my HP?
Yeah.
All right.
Damn it, Winston! What did you think was gonna happen?
Ow! Bloody hell!
Genesis, I thought you were watching him this game.
Well, gun still works.
Ah, good.
That's the thing I wanted to test out.
Yeah, the powder does
Won't
still
have
work.
to do that in a. Wouldn't want to discover that right in front of the maw of one of those beasties.
I've known you to be a stupid bastard, but not a crazy one. What's going on with you?
How many?
What do you mean? You've known me not to be a crazy bastard.
Yeah, don't worry
Have I misrepresented myself
You know,
this
I would
entire
say
time?
That's more crazy than, or more stupid than crazy.
Keep acting like that,
Is
you're
that-
gonna end up like Martin.
Poor Martin.
The hawk.
Well, he shouldn't have touched the shiny, glowing lever knob. I told him.
Should we start heading down?
Which
guys?
one of us
I
is
think we've made enough-
known to be
Here.
the most durable in the group?
Terrible?
Wait.
I
The
wait.
person who's
Durable
durable
would
and
be
usually
basically-
takes the lead.
Who has the highest strength score and the highest HP? That would be the way.
I have
to count
11
this out.
strength and 5 HP.
I have 5 strength.
So
I
not
also have a
even
hard
5 is good. And
I mean,
better than 11
I am
5.
like-
I
You,
think it's just us.
we were tied.
I am
You're
like
tied?
I have a harpoon gun.
Yeah.
though.
You've
What's
got
your
good
gun?
dex though, so you can dodge traps.
Yeah.
You might want to go first. I'll go.
Okay.
I have
second.
the the lowest one.
Your harpoon gun's D8, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so
Oh, yeah.
I feel like typically you guys take the lead because you're the most durable, unless you would object.
We're both
to that.
stoic
Who
and
are we
boring.
kidding? Jangles will take the lead.
My guy's just normal
Oh,
and boring
yeah.
Did
personality.
you write
Who would
stoic?
wanna
'Cause
ambush
I
a
was gonna
cute
write
little
stoic.
I
dog?
wrote stoic.
But then I was like, I'm not gonna put stoic.
Jangles takes the lead.
Alright.
I mean,
We follow Jangles.
I mean, he should
Yeah.
be really fast for running away, right? He's got 4 legs.
The dog glares back at you, but moves in front of the group.
And down we
He
go.
should be happy that
We're
everyone's
going
leading.
down, guys.
I'm giving him a
he's
treat.
the alpha. He's
Yeah.
the Do you always stay close to Jangles, or do you stay in the back of the room?
He is my dog, so I'll stay close.
Alright.
You gonna be up behind me then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm up front, kind of. Yeah.
Alright.
Him, me, Peter. And
I
then
mean,
you
he
guys.
survived other adventures,
Jangles,
right?
like,
Yeah.
oh,
So, I mean-
we're gonna do a what is it? Roll for initiative. Jangles first.
Dude, Jangles has 7 strength and he has a D6
I feel like
weight.
Niles and I would be next, and then I
Fucking
feel
mess
like
things
Winston
up.
is always at the back because he always sees something interesting that causes him to kind of lag behind a little.
Horace will be in the middle of the group.
I've started like
Right.
poking the glowing stones and stuff,
Yeah.
Like,
so
trying to
We
get a
descend?
little knife
yeah,
in there.
as you
see if I can pop
guys
any of them out.
So yeah, that's actually interesting. So as you move down the stairs and goes around, the glow you realize is not merely being reflected off the stones, but it's coming from them. It's emanating from them. And as Winston pokes at them, little ripples of the light like go off from where his finger touches and refract out along the wall.
Is it glowing
Whoa.
similar to the way that the runes were
wallpaper.
glowing on the trees?
Not really.
Okay, it's like a
Adds in
different.
rainbows.
Like basically, those light up and this ripples out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of the connection between the two.
Any of these
Well, they're both-
stones loose?
Horace is like looking at it and like rubbing his chin. Is like, I wonder what this means. As you test to see if the stones are loose, you find that they're all pretty soundly put together.
Could just be
construction.
pretty.
That's good because we're underwater.
I mean, I could take a couple stones. I don't think that'd hurt the
It's
what
a
do
big
you
tower.
call it? Structural integrity.
Integrity.
Integrity,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
You could shoot them off.
I was a
No,
librarian,
you know
I
that
read.
didn't work out.
So-
Too. You know, it's sort of they reflected. I didn't expect them to reflect the bullet into me, but that's what happens.
As you
Learn something new every day.
As you get deeper and deeper, the spiral staircase goes down and eventually deposits you out of a doorway that leads into a wide open room, filled with features and far different from anything you've seen before. You feel as if stepping into this room, you've entered a truly alien land. So, the room is basically this large dome. The entirety of the room is probably about maybe 80 feet in diameter. It's an octagonal 80-foot diameter room. The large dome and everything else, or the walls around you, are built out of those stones which kind of shimmer and undulate peacefully with the colors. You have come out of a central shaft which connects to the tower, which obviously goes all the way up to the top in the center of the dome. So like the dome was up here at the top, the shaft goes all the way to the top, and that's the thing you just climb down the
Dome
staircase
is on
into.
top of the shaft, huh?
Oh, I see. So
So-
we're in the very middle of
Yeah,
the room.
you're in
That
the
makes
very
sense,
middle of the
yeah.
room, yes.
We're in the middle of the shaft.
On,
Is there?
hold on, let me describe
Okay.
the whole thing first. On either, as you come out, you can see that the...
Dome.
What are you...
Sorry, continue.
Yes, it's a funny word, isn't it? All right.
Dome.
Dome.
Yeah, dome is a fun
Yeah.
word.
Sounds pretty.
As you come out, you can see that the doorway you have exited out of, there is kind of this... oddly enough, there's like this extra piece of wall that goes around the cylinder that you just came down. That has the door you came out of it. Almost as if this part of the wall was meant to rotate around the central cylinder.
Okay.
But you don't really know why it would be that way. The rest of the room, except for the ledge that you folks are standing on, is completely filled with water. So it's like you're standing there, and then there's basically this indoor lake that goes out and surrounds all of the floor of this domed room. The water is very murky, and you can't see down into it. Directly ahead of you as you exit out, there is a raised stone bridge that doesn't have rails on either side. It's just stones somehow raised out of the water that leads across the way to an opening that seems to open up into another room. Around the rest of the room, you can see that there are 3 other openings. That one that the stone bridge connects to is to the east. But around the rest of the room, you can see that there are 3 other openings. One to the north, one to the west, and one to the south. All of which don't seem to have connecting stone bridges. They're far away on the edge of the dome, so you would have to either swim through the water or find some other way to cross to get to them. On this stone kind of central piece that you're standing on right now, there is, oddly enough, a what is it, like a pillar? More of like a podium that rises up out of the ground that faces the west door. And this podium has intricate-looking humans and skeletons carved into it that seem to carve and slowly surround the pillar or podium to raise up this central rectangular stone tablet on the top of the podium. The whole podium itself is probably about 4 feet tall. And the podium and the stone rectangle just kind of sits there, looking at you blankly.
The old panel.
Yeah, it's like a little panel.
The kind that you would put a hand on and then, like,
Correct.
signal to rotate the walkway.
Perhaps.
In Lincoln.
Winston, don't touch it.
On the top of this dome, there are trees.
We all know what
Hanging
happened.
upside down from the
Whoa.
ceiling are a bunch of various pine trees and other coniferous trees that hang from the ceiling.
Upside down tree.
Also, every now and then you think you can see a human skeleton hanging from some of the branches, kind of draped there.
On the ceiling?
Yeah, on the
Okay.
ceiling.
Is
And
the
as you look more closely, you notice that the skeleton's clothing seems to have worn away over time, but it seems to have worn away more in the middle than the frayed edges of the shirts and pants.
is the trees arranged in like a crescent shape, like it was on the surface?
No, they cover the entire top of the dome.
Okay.
How far down the sides?
They just go to the top part of the ceiling and then
Okay.
stop. So just enough so the trees could hang. They never go horizontal.
Okay.
I'm trying to rule out that
Does-
those trees aren't the same or not connected in any way to the ones on the surface.
Do the way the trees are growing and the way the skeletons are trapped in the trees reflect natural gravity at that level, or does it look like the gravity in the dome is reverse of what ours is?
They reflect natural gravity. So the branches of the trees hang downward as if they were being pulled down as the skeletons hang from the trees.
Oh, okay.
You can't imagine what's holding the trees to the ceiling.
Are the trees also located in such a way that should we accidentally do the wrong thing, that if they would fall would impale all of us?
No, they would probably hit the water before they hit you. You could flatten yourself against the central stone cylinder and avoid most of them.
Does,
Or
any,
even
Unless
get
we're
back
on
into
that
the
bridge.
stairs.
does anyone wait? There's a bridge. Yeah.
Which way is the bridge in the same place the panel is?
The,
That you said?
no, the bridge is on the opposite way
Opposite
of the
side.
panel, and
Okay.
it leads to the eastern door.
Does
Okay.
anyone have a stone or a pebble?
How
Course.
smooth
I have a
is
fish.
the bridge?
Oh,
It's
You have a
completely
fish?
flat.
I have a dead
Okay.
fish.
I go up to the edge
Well, we have
of the
bullets.
That's
You
true.
do have bullets.
bridge and
Infinite bullets.
I sight along it
Or
as
enough.
smoothly as possible,
Okay.
and I roll a marble straight across.
You have marbles? Okay,
I figured they would come up.
sure, that's fine.
You
So-
never know when you need some
A
marbles.
marble rolls right across the bridge and rolls down it, getting about halfway with your push, and then ends at the other end of the bridge.
And it stops.
Yep.
And nothing goes after it.
Seems to just stop for normal inertia.
May I borrow one of your marbles?
Stand by. Marbles don't grow on trees. And I casually stroll across to pick up my marble.
As you walk across the bridge, you all hear this kind of faint buzzing noise come from up above you in the trees. There's like a, and then
I aim my musket up towards it.
Me too.
you look around, but you
Does it
can't
sound
really
like
see.
bees?
You can't really see anything in the shades of the trees.
I
And
hate
then,
bees.
Do,
one
do you
of the
smell
skeletons
something?
that you saw before
Jangles?
just kind of slips off and falls into the water with a splash.
A tree?
Oh.
A skeleton.
The skeleton.
Okay.
You walk out the bridge and retrieve your marble.
Does Jangles smell anything?
Jangle sniffs around. He mostly just smells pine trees. It smells very fresh in here. Although there is also kind of a sickly, sweet smell.
Did you
Do we?
Like like
on
honey?
the outside of the dome
Like
that there
bees.
is not a walkway? So you can't walk
Bees.
from this entry to any
Correct.
of the other.
Do we still hear the faint music?
Yeah, you do. It's not really. It's like low tones, like
Okay.
it just kind of goes on in the
And
background.
it's louder
Alright.
now than it was before.
About the same.
Okay.
So am I standing just inside this archway now on the east side?
If you've walked all the way across the bridge, you certainly could be.
Okay.
Do you want to have gone that far?
That's where my marble is, right?
Your marble made it about halfway across the bridge. You
Oh,
didn't
okay, I
Have, you
thought
didn't
it
have
got to
quite
me.
enough strength to roll it all the way across.
So where is the stone tablet pedestal thing?
It's on the western side of this central stone island you're on. So it's on
Okay.
the opposite side from the eastern bridge.
Can I
Where are
examine
we?
it?
You came out right on the eastern side, so you could walk
Oh.
around. You could walk around
Walk
this central
to
thing.
it.
Yeah,
I walk with him to it because I gotta make sure he's
So
alright.
Genesis and Winston make their way around the edge to examine this stone tablet thing.
Oh wait. We can walk around the edge rather
So
than
you're
crossing the bridge.
you're in the central part, which
oh,
you
we're
can just
in the
walk
central
around
part.
the center.
Oh,
It's like
okay,
a little
I see,
platform,
I
there's a
see.
pillar, and then staircase.
Yep, you got it.
Right.
And the bridge
Alright.
currently faces east.
Yeah.
I retrieve my marble.
Okay.
Glance towards where the skeleton fell into the water. And then cry back to my compatriots, "Look alive!" And
As you-
stroll to the other side.
As you yell that out, the noise echoes off the dome, and there's a louder buzzing noise that comes from the trees.
We should be quiet.
I think there are bees up there.
Skeleton
Beanie bees.
Not
No.
the bees.
Horace is like just flattened up against
What
the cylinder,
do
just like
bees
clutching his
not
pistol.
Don't
You-
worry. If
you hate
anything
bees
goes
too?
bad, we just go in the water. Bees can't swim.
What's in the water?
Oh, that's a good plan.
Yeah.
To crack it.
Well, now there's at least
Yeah.
one skeleton in the water.
So what do you do?
I
I also-
know that we have adventured long
also-
enough together
I also
that
go to
I
the bridge.
trust in the teamwork.
So you're gonna be with
Because
him.
while I'm crossing, they're going to have their weapons trained at whatever might be coming.
Mhm.
And there's a large dome, which means that they can shoot these things out of the sky.
Wait,
Winston
I've
and
got
I
my
like
hair
that.
out.
bees. I ready my pistol and I like
hate bees.
slowly try to go across the bridge as quietly as possible.
Wait, is
Yeah.
are you coming back?
Who has
No,
Is
guns?
Josiah coming back?
I have a
Continue.
pistol.
I'm continuing.
I have a
Two, three,
harpoon.
four,
Oh, you're going
five.
on to the eastern. Okay,
Got
I'll get to that. in a
Okay.
sec.
So yeah, we should have everyone who has guns be ready and like just walk one at a time. The person who's walking should get there as fast as you can, and then once you're at the other side, aim your pistol up. We don't want you walking and shooting at the same time.
That was my expectation.
Yeah.
Knowing that as a
I just
team,
have it. I have
we
it
do
ready
this
to the
properly.
side, maybe.
So Josiah makes it across the bridge first. And as you make it across the bridge and through this open archway, you come into a room. Just make sure. Yeah. Okay. You come into a room that has a mural carved into the wall around the entirety of the room. The room is kind of like a oval shape, much smaller than the previous room you were in, probably about maybe 30 feet in diameter. The oval shape goes all the way around the room, and there is a mural carved in that goes all the way around. The mural seems to depict various scenes from this man dressed in this red cloak. And he is, well, dressed in a cloak. You can't tell that it's red from the card. And he is, like, doing various things, like stabbing this large mechanical monstrosity in its brain case and, like, throwing these mirror shards at different creatures as it comes across. You can also see images of him standing in front of a large group of people and raising his hands as they all, like, throw their hands up in what you assume to be celebration. In the center of the room, there is an odd opening in the bottom that has these 8 blue cubes in the center of it. So like there's a square opening in the floor with 8 blue cubes arranged, so the center has a cube missing. The cubes pulse softly with a blue light.
Are they affixed to the floor?
Would you like to try to remove one?
Should we all meet up with him, or?
Well, first of all,
the empty space doesn't seem to have a
I'm-
plug or
I'm
anything
right
of that
behind him.
nature.
Okay.
so
Oh, yeah, you
first
are.
of all, I take a quick assessment of things,
Mhm.
and then I come back out to the door because I'm presuming people who are on the other side are.
Right. By that point, you guys have gotten across the bridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They've already started making.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, I don't. I was gonna come around and signal for them to like hold off just in case something horrible happened, and
Okay.
then we wouldn't risk everybody. But since they're already here,
Mhm.
I don't have to signal because obviously there are others behind me who will signal the rest of the party.
So everybody's like over there. Nobody went to check out the stone podium or anything like that.
I
'Cause
thought-
I
you
thought
guys
these
did.
two-
No, they
we
did.
were going to do.
I followed him. I don't
Just
know what they
Will.
were doing.
Should we do our
And
thing now?
these two were like looking out for things falling from the
Do
ceiling.
I-
Okay,
should
so
we-
you two just have your
We
guns
should
trained on
touch
the
it.
ceiling.
Yeah, I was the one that made it across.
I
the
think you
bridge.
could touch it.
I could touch it.
Wait,
Okay.
Should you touch it? I don't know, Winston.
I don't
So
know.
so you two are at the podium.
They said
and
you shouldn't touch
so
anything
it's
weird.
only right, but it's only Evander who made it across the bridge to join you.
Mhm.
Okay, so he joins you.
So since he's already behind me, then I was going to turn back and signal that there was something interesting and that we would examine it slightly before everyone came over.
Okay.
But since Evander's behind me, he will clearly know that to do that. So I will then continue to examine the glowing stones.
Okay,
Alright.
So
And
we
then-
can cut away a while.
sure.
Yeah.
So you two have reached the stone podium.
Okay.
It has just the strange, creatures holding it up,
Yeah.
carved into the pillar, and then the stone rectangle in front of you.
Is it just blank?
Yep, it's just flat blank.
I have an idea. But
Kinda-
Is it?
room.
Is it?
Kinda
Can I tell if
ominous.
it's
This room
magnetic?
moves, man.
Like, can I put my hands
bet
in
you're
it?
right.
It happens?
So you feel around it, and it does have a slight magnetism to it. Like your hands are
Oh.
somewhat drawn to it a little bit.
Okay.
Slight
I'm getting some vibes, guys.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what.
Okay.
vibes.
I'm tempted
Well,
to touch
Shit's
it.
lit, fam.
One sec. I pull out my grappling hook.
You tapping it with the grappling?
with the grappling hook.
Good
Yes.
idea.
Yeah, we're gonna tap.
Here, tap it. Tap it.
Right, light tap.
Yeah, tap. He taps it.
You just tap it like right on the stone rectangle.
Yeah.
As you tap it, there is a blue light that emanates from where the point of the hook hit and washes over the stone.
Ooh.
Nothing else happens though.
So like the stairwell, or just
No,
the
just
blue-
on the actual stone rectangle. It just
Oh.
washes over it like a ripple and then stops.
Okay.
Tap it somewhere else. Tap tap.
Same thing, except it ripples out from a different location.
Oh, I don't know.
Ah, I put my hand on it. Why not?
Okay,
I
what
don't
the
stop
hell?
him.
You place your hand on it, and as you do so, there is a blue light that lights up along the thing. The lights mimic the shape of your hand, and as it does so, there is a low rumble that comes from underneath the water. Just kind of a grinding noise that kind of starts to, like some old machinery starting up. You can't really see too much into the water right now, but there's like these, it's like because it's very murky. But as you hold your hand on the blue thing, you can feel that there is this groaning noise as the machinery continues to fire up. The buzzing above you gets even more frequent.
Take
as
your
the
hand
groaning
off it.
continues.
Oh no, the bees!
Let go of it, Winston.
But it's so interesting.
Winston, let go, or I'll make you let go.
Oh no!
Are you yelling this out?
No, I'm like talking to him firmly.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
He might be yelling though.
Thanks. So what are you gonna do, Winston?
Are you leaving your hand on?
A ripple of cookies
Are you leaving your hand
goes
on?
across
Winston?
the
Winston's
table.
leaving his hand on.
I'm pulling
he
his
can't
hand
help
off.
himself.
I'm
Okay.
pulling his hand off.
Give me a strength save.
Do they do mine against his or his?
No, you
Okay.
just roll it.
That's a success.
Oh my gosh, the horrible nature of those dice is going to be really valuable in this game.
Oh yeah.
You cannot pull his hand off of this thing.
Winston!
I can't stop myself.
So-
my hand's stuck.
You guys, everybody hears this grinding now.
Mhm.
It's really loud. And as it continues to grind and roll, you guys can see, looking over the water, that now the murkiness is cleared away because there is a massive statue rising up from the water.
Whoa.
I thought you had a bridge.
As you look down, you can see that it appears to be what looks to be some sort of like a cherub's face coming out of the murkiness of the water.
Oh god.
As the water rolls back, and it's still underneath the water, but the murkiness or the dust like rolls back to reveal it. And as it does so, it seems to be lifting up these huge arms that raise up to make these makeshift bridges that lead to the other sections or doors. However, it's apparent from the grinding of the machinery and looking at it that this is going to take some time. And as you're holding your hand on it to watch this bridges raised, the buzzing noise gets even louder. And suddenly you all see these horrific-looking bugs fly out of the trees at you.
Oh no, the bees!
These things are gigantic. They're probably about maybe 6 feet in length.
Oh.
However, they don't look like bees. They look like gigantic dragonflies with iridescent wings. They have large mouths that looks like they could bite and take a chunk of flesh out of any man, and long tails that extend down the back with what looks to be a muscly hook made out of flesh at the back. A noose, rather, made out of flesh at the back. Just about big enough to go around a man's head.
How many of them are there? Just a ton?
You see 4 fly out at you from the trees.
Okay.
They come zooming down towards all of you. What do you do?